La kalau mo na ulo na katola mo porta ko ngabi ko vida na tingin. Ni beron ke imbita na ko ko. Ini kay guna taga nangun scrub. Puri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, ko pa daran do kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko. Siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, shit. Sa good. Rita, kayu ko ta pa Leonard po.
Siya nga eh, singto na Leonard ba na rugby league?
Yo. Baka pa nang ulchi.
Iyo mati, araw nang ulchi.
Ha?
Ata mo mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend. Mula ni mataka negiti Oyanga mula marau Lena beisinga Nabakandi nike wau ninga unango Pakandina nina takisai ikonga Seni churi ruandua mea dhobanga Ebi
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Bulavanaka and welcome to My Perfect Bake. I'm your host, Jacquee Speight. The recipes we showcase this season are for everyone, easy to follow and affordable to make. We're also giving 2 viewers a chance weekly to win fantastic hampers thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. A lot happening on My Perfect Bake, so stay close. In the kitchen with me today is a familiar face to many who frequent the local monthly markets around Suva. Born and raised in Savusavu on Kuladrusi estate, Maude Johns turned a passionate hobby into a full-time home-based business called Aunty Maude's Pastries. Bula Maude!
Hi Jacquee.
Thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad that you are. So, tell us a bit about yourself and your business.
Sure. I'm Maude and I run Aunty Maude's Pastries.
Yep.
I've been running this little business. It's over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I quit my 9 to 5 job just to be my own boss. I'm a mother of 4, a grandmother to 3.
Right.
And they live in Japan. And yeah, so.
And you're home-based.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. So you get to be your own boss.
Exactly.
So today we're making Maude's famous steak pies. Maude, are you able to tell us what's needed for your famous steak pies?
Okay. First of all, there's 2 components to this pie. We have to do the pastry, the base.
Right.
And then there's the pastry and the filling.
Right.
Okay. So first of all, we got FMF flour. I'll need 4 cups of FMF flour, 375 grams of
Meadow Lee.
Meadow Lee.
Yeah.
Meadow Lee butter. A pinch of salt. Put salt there. And
Eggs.
and I'll need cold water.
Okay
Just
then. And so what goes into the the stew for the steak?
Oh,
so
okay. Well,
now
for
you've got
stews,
the steak.
Yeah, I've got this steak all diced up. You can season it with whatever you want,
Right.
And then we'll just make it into a stew and add all the potato, carrot, and green
So
peas.
just like how you would have a normal stew at home.
Yes, just like a normal stew.
And then you just add everything into your pastry and straight into the oven. But then
Yes.
you're going to show us how easy it is to do that.
Sure.
So stay close with us.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
La kolongo da ulo na katola mo porta kolonga bi ko vida na tingni ni berro ke mbita na kolongo wai ini kay guna taka nangun scrub buri tengah bongo bi kimika sa smile gabi ko ya bula mati yo ko pa kam darando kami Australia jide mati
Ko, siya ni Jide mati. It's good day, mate.
okay shit sa sedgul reda kayu ko ka na lenot ko
Siya nga singto na linod ba na rugby league?
yo Masa pa nangun chi
Iyo, mati. Araw nangun chi.
ha
Ata mo, mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, Mindamaro, what the my, lay, nalalo, my wasibi. Ooh, beira, nalala, Mindakaila, what the my, kasering and
Chow chicken noodles, yay! Chow chicken noodles when you hungry, yaar. Fire chow, chow chicken noodles, fire chow. Hungry, yaar. So delicious, so tasty, ay, ay, ay. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, hungry, yaar. Fire chow, very tasty, so delicious, yummy, yummy, hungry, yaar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, yaar. Chow chicken noodles, hungry, hungry, yaar. Fire chow.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
You'll need all your energy when you go back to play rugby. So I'm making you lots and lots of breakfast crackers. Don't tell the other players your secret to a great game or how good FMF breakfast crackers taste. I only want you to eat the best, Joelle.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back to FMF's My Perfect Bake show. We're in the kitchen with Maude, who's here from Aunty Maude's Pastries to show us just how easy it is to make some steak pies. Now, Maude, I've seen your pie sales online, and I'm always missing out because they sell out super fast. But it's not just steak pies you make. So what I'd like to know is, where do you draw inspiration from?
Ever since I've been growing up, I'm always surrounded by my aunties and my family.
Yeah.
They're always baking. So I just get my inspiration from them.
You know, that's pretty much the same story for me as well. Not that I bake. I've already made this clear that I don't bake. But growing up in our household, my mom got together with my aunties, with her friends, and there was always something good cooking up in the kitchen or baking up in the kitchen, especially on the weekends,
Yeah.
for dessert after Sunday lunch. There's always a pie making or a quiche or something. So, you know, it's wonderful to know that you share the same story as well. That's just absolutely wonderful. As you can see, I finally have my apron on, I have my hair pulled back, and we're ready to get down to business. Maude,
Sure.
where do we start?
Okay, we got a flour here. So we got a flour, and what we're going to do, we're just going to add a pinch of salt just to season it.
Right.
And excuse my fingers. I've got I've washed it. Then
that's fine.
It's important to have clean hands.
Oh, very important.
And then you add your butter.
So it's margarine or butter?
This is margarine. This is Meadow Lee Margarine. Right. Yeah, I use Meadow Lee Margarine.
Okay.
And then what do? You just rub it in.
Is there a reason why you prefer to use margarine instead of butter for this?
I think the margarine has a lot of shortening in it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it holds it. It holds the pastry.
Yes.
Yes. What you do, you just get your fingers working through the flour. Just, rub it in till it resembles breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maude, I've noticed that as you're mixing it, like you're waiting for it to become breadcrumbs basically.
Yeah.
You keep lifting it in the air. Why do you keep lifting it in the air?
It's important to lift it because it gets really airy, that's why I'm doing it like this.
Okay.
So your pies don't get really, flatter.
Yes.
So it's good to always lift it in the air, just allow the air to run through it.
You do this weekly, I'm sure you can do it in your sleep.
Yes.
How many pies do you make a week? Like, on average for orders?
Okay. Sometimes we make about 6 dozen.
Wow.
For markets, For markets, yeah.
And that all sells out?
Always sells out.
And is it just steak pies or do you do different fillings?
Oh, we do. We've just started in the curry pies. The curry pies have been a hit, and we do a lot of the chicken corn, creamy corn pies. Yeah, so
just listening to you, I'm getting hungry.
You can just put any filling in it. Even the leftovers, your kitchen from your overnight. Leftovers, stews and curries. You just throw it in.
Interesting fact that you're talking about the leftovers. I only found this out when I was researching about the history of pies.
Yeah.
And that was that pie-like dishes, they've been around since the ancient Egyptians, but the idea of enclosing a filling inside of like a pastry made from flour and oil actually originated in ancient Rome. And one of the most notable of Roman occupants was, of course, England. The British loved the recipe, decided to make it their own, and now we have steak and mince pies. But what was the original recipe for pastries? It wasn't meant for consumption.
Wow.
It was meant to store food, store leftovers, because this was a time of no electricity, no refrigeration, none of that. So they would make pastries thick enough that you couldn't cook them, but they would store their meat inside. Like they'd cook the stew, they'd put it inside, they'd cover it, and they'd transport it over to their friends' houses or take it, put it on the shelves and keep it. And it's stored very well. Over time, people realized, hey, you can actually cook the pastry and actually taste nice. Now we have the steak pie.
Yeah. Okay, Jackie, the pastry's done.
What's next?
Okay, we're gonna set this aside.
All right.
So we'll put it.
Do we leave it to rise?
No.
This doesn't rise.
It doesn't rise.
Okay, so
What
you're
we're
leaving
gonna
it
do-
to just rest.
Yes, and if we're gonna put this in the refrigerator
Okay.
for while I prepare the filling.
Okay then.
Okay, so pop it in.
Yeah. So now we've got our dough in the fridge, and that's going to be in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Maude is now going to take us through how to do the filling for this steak pie.
Sure. The good thing about making meat pies is that you can use anything, leftovers and stuff. But I love the steak, so today we're going to be making the steak. So what you do, you can always just pop it in a bowl.
Oh, it looks so good already.
You can just marinate it with a bit of garlic.
Right.
Sometimes you could always like brown the meat, without putting garlic in, But I think today we'll just do it this way.
Okay.
Okay, just marinate the meat with the garlic.
Right.
And a bit of soy sauce.
Yep.
Just a bit of
Dark soy sauce or light soy sauce?
This is dark, but sometimes the light is always good because it has a little sodium in it.
Right.
Yeah, and it has a lot of flavor. But today we're using the dark soy sauce. So we get that, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna start heating our pot.
Okay.
Yeah, just heating our pot and just tenderize this meat.
Okay.
You know, just brown it down until it's tender enough, and then you can start adding your potato, your carrot. Lastly, you can put your green peas in.
Oh,
okay.
wonderful.
So
Yes.
now we're gonna go and start heating our pan up.
Okay. Okay.
Hot, and you add a bit of oil, just a wee bit of oil.
Right. That's hot.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
gonna get the onions.
All right.
Just gonna brown the onions, okay? This brings a lot of flavor. Bring out the flavor in the meat, and just fry that a wee bit. Just caramelize it a bit, and then you'll add your meat.
Okay.
Meat is nicely marinated. It's been sitting for some time, so
Oh, it smells lovely.
okay. Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah, so simple. You could add anything, you know. You got some nice seasoning. You know, you just let your imagination run wild, you know.
Right.
Yeah, just throw in whatever. You want to put black pepper, you want to put Italian seasoning, whatever. Just throw it in.
Right.
Okay? So you let that brown nicely just to tenderize the meat. And once it's tender and nice, then you can add your potato, you know. It's up to you. I like potatoes in the
Potatoes are a
pies.
staple.
Yeah, I love
They're
it
a
because
staple, yes.
it's just like you're eating, you know, mash, and
Yes.
it's so nice. Yeah. Okay, Jackie, look what we've got here. Gonna just throw in a wee bit of herbs, bit of spices. Sorry, and the meat is nice and golden now. What we're gonna do?
It smells so good.
Yes. Can you just throw in the potato?
Yeah, sure.
Get
I'll
the
do that.
potato. I love potatoes in my meat pies. You know, not everyone likes potato, but
I like
do.
potatoes in my meat pies.
Yeah, and what I do, I just let it cook and let it melt down, and then the flavor comes out. You know? Yeah,
so
it's
good.
just like mash and gravy.
Yes.
Yeah, and then can you just
I don't think any pie is complete without the potatoes.
Yeah, I
it's
love
just a
it.
must. I feel like something is different when
Yeah.
it's not there. It's missing that
exactly
important ingredient.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, we just let this simmer down just until the potato is soft. Okay, and
You
then we
really
can,
smell the mixed herbs in there.
yeah, nice, huh?
This is just the packs that you find at the supermarkets,
Yes.
the ones that say mixed herbs on it.
Yes,
So
yes.
then you could easily throw in Italian herbs as well.
Italian herbs. Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I got there. You can always put in some black pepper.
Right?
You know, black pepper to bring out, the flavor. What I usually do, you can even throw in some sage. You know, I plant sage at home. It's my little spice garden outside, so I throw it into my cooking.
Man, I've been
Yeah.
telling myself that I'm going to, grow myself a little herb garden.
yeah.
I have yet to get to it.
It's nice. You don't have to buy.
So fresh sage.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do? Just let them fry down. I'm gonna add a wee bit of water so that it'll soften up the meat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move from here.
Okay.
And how long do we let that simmer
Just let it
for?
cook for at least 10 minutes. Just
Okay.
until the potato cooks.
All right. And there you have it. Our meat is now simmering, and stay with us because after the break, we only just have to add in the peas before we start rolling out the dough and making our steak pie.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Kalau udah nakatulong mo porta ko lang abi ko vida na tingin ni meron kang imbita na bunong ko. Jadi kay guna taga nangun scrub. Buri tengah bongko bi kimi ka sa smile. Gabi ko ya. Bula mati.
Bula mati?
Yo, kung makamdaran doon kami Australia. GD mati.
Ko, siya ni GD mati. It's good day, mate.
Okay, shit. Sa siguro. Rita, kayo ko lang Leonard po.
Siya nga singto na Leonard na rugby league.
Yo, masa ba nangunchi?
Iyo, mati, araw nangunchi.
Ha?
Ata mo, mati.
One thing players can always agree on is to have a nice cup of tea and a bucket load of FMF Breakfast Crackers. FMF Breakfast Crackers. Masa achi, achi da.
I'm looking forward to some family time. I'm cooking up a bit of surprise, making memories that last a lifetime. Come on, everybody, let's sing this song. Ooh, there's a feeling in the air. Yeah, everybody, let's share. Ooh, let's come together and celebrate. Have fun with family.
FMF friend Mula ni mataka ni viti Moyango mula marau Ena beisinga Na wakandi nike mo ninga unango Wakandina nina takisai hikonga Seni churi ruang dua mea dhobanga Ebi
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and supported by Malia.
Welcome back. We're here in the kitchen with Aunty Maude from Aunty Maude's Pastries, who's been showing us just how easy it is to make steak pie. So Aunty Maude, what's next?
Okay, now we're on to our pastry.
Okay.
We're gonna roll it out. So roll it out. I've got a.
Before we roll that, we've
Yeah.
had the steak simmering, our
yes.
stew simmering. So shall I go ahead and put in the peas
Yes.
and the corn flour?
Yes, please.
Okay,
So
and then I'll leave you to
stir it
carry
in.
on with that.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, wow. That looks so
so
yummy.
It smells amazing. It really, really does.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got that in, and now you're rolling out the dough.
Rolling up the dough.
It really looks good, but it's a lot of work.
I know.
And how many this recipe that we're doing for the viewers?
Yeah.
How many pies does it make?
You could make up to a dozen.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Okay.
So a dozen pie. I have my. This is my measuring bowl.
Right.
that I use. It's all.
And that's fine because I'm sure in
precious.
every household,
Yeah.
everyone's going to be using, a bowl or a plate
Yeah,
or something.
Exactly. That's it.
Let me move this out of the way. This stew smells amazing. So tell us, Aunty Maude, when did you start baking?
Whew, I started baking ever since I was, remember when I was a young girl growing up. I was always surrounded with all our aunties and mom and my mother. She baked, and that's how I got my inspiration from.
And how did you get into the business? Like, how did you start Aunty Maude's Pastries? Where did it start? How did the idea come about?
I know. I've got 3 daughters.
Right.
So my daughters are always behind me and everything. So we used to go. We used to make pastries before, make meat pies, and we went door to door selling in town.
Right.
And then what I did, it was just so tiring, working. I was working, doing a 9-to-5 job. But But then
So this was like additional income for you at the time.
Exactly, it was. Yeah, and the demand, people everywhere we went, it's always, people always, we come back with an empty box.
Yes.
So what happened? I just decided to quit my 9-to-5 job.
You took a leap of faith.
I did, and that's it.
And you've never looked back. And what year was that?
2020, I think it was.
2020.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So here she is. She's working a 9-to-5. She realizes that's not making enough money, to bring in for home. The children are helping you out.
Yes.
Right? You're baking and they're walking around the neighborhood selling. That's absolutely amazing. And now she's doing it full time. You're your own boss.
I know. It will just feel so good, If you have orders, good. And if you don't have orders, it's fine. You can just go shopping or go to the beach or go swimming, or you have so much time to yourself.
And on top of that, I'm sure you've this business has allowed for you to spend more time with your family.
Yes, exactly.
So do the girls help you?
They do. Now and then I go home.
Right.
I go to Savusavu and I get my girls just to take care of the business, take care of the pastries and stuff. And I tell them, make sure you do it, do it like the way I do it.
So you've taught them everything.
I've taught them everything. So one of my daughters, she takes care of all the cakes.
Right.
Yeah, and the other two daughters, all of them, they actually do the pies,
Man,
the meringue
I
pies.
love this. So it's a full family business.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
I know.
You're so blessed that your daughters love to be in the kitchen with you. It's a task to get my child, well, she's 11, to get her in the kitchen with me. She's just, professional eater. Okay, Aunty Maude, so I see that the base is done. This is the base for the pies. And what are you doing now?
I'm going to do the topping.
Okay.
Like you just cover it,
Yes.
So just roll it out thin.
I love how easy this recipe is.
Just thinner than the base.
Yes. And all that was needed, for those who have been following this, FMF flour, some salt. We have Meadow Lee Margarine that went in, and ice water. And look at how good our dough is. It's just so, I'm just amazed. I really am. And this is just for the topping.
I don't have any fancy measuring cup. Fancy stuff to cut out my dough. So what I'm going to use, I'm just going to use this piala.
I like how we have pialas here. Everyone knows the piala. So this is what you use. This is what you place make your pies in?
I do. It browns easily.
Why the piala?
I find that the other one that I couldn't find the oval ones, so we just tried it out on the piala and it worked so well. It browned so well.
This reminds me of my auntie back in Tailevu. When she makes pies, she uses the piala.
Okay.
When she's run out, like she hasn't made it to Nausori to buy her pie trays, she winds up using the piala, but the bigger ones, so she makes like these extra large mini pies.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
But this is fantastic because this is easy for anyone to find in town. So
what are we gonna do? We just start greasing the pialas.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got them. You want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just start greasing the pialas.
And just grab it from here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna just start. Okay. So this is what you do. See?
So easy.
Yeah. And then
oh wow. Okay. What's the most popular thing that's ordered off your menu? Like a customer favorite?
You're looking at it right
now,
now,
so it's the pies. That's why
it.
we're making the pies.
For the savory part, but the sweet one is always my pineapple meringue.
Pineapple meringue. Yeah. I have to try that. I definitely have to order that from you next time. And if you haven't come across Aunty Maude's pastries yet, you can find her on Instagram and on Facebook. So be sure to look up Aunty Maude's pastries. who handles all of your branding? Because I've come on and I've seen all these gorgeous pictures, behind the scenes shots, real fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Who does all of that for you?
Well, Jackie, you know that I'm old school. So I've got 3 daughters. One of them, Tale, we call her Pudi.
Yeah.
She does all that for me.
Oh, well, you must tell her, she's doing a great job, because that's how I found her. I happened to be on my Explore page, and then I saw the old-fashioned banana pie.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried that, that's another one to try.
Yeah. We call it the
Love
mugu
it.
pie.
Yes.
The
Had that
mugu
with
pie.
whipped cream, and that was everything.
Okay,
So we've got the 4.
We got the 4. Okay, this can be our spares.
Yes.
Okay, so
What's
now what we're
next?
going to do, you can start adding the filling in there.
Oh, okay. Is there a certain amount, or you just want it filled up?
Oh, just fill that ladle.
Okay, like that. All right, Auntie Maude, what's next? We've got them filled.
Okay, now we're going to just do the covering, yeah?
All right.
I've cut it to this size.
Yeah. I'm going to leave this to you because, looking at your pies, you have a certain style. So,
Yeah, just, in the beginning I used to use a fork to seal it, eh?
right.
Yeah, a little bit of egg wash and then I seal it with a fork. But I've grown through the years and I just use my fingers to just to knead it together. I mean, to weave it together.
Look at that. What gave you this idea to weave it?
I think it looks better, eh?
It does.
just
Presentation-wise, it does.
Yeah. So.
And old school, it is true. We're so used to using the fork and making the marks.
Yeah. So just that. That's it.
Okay.
One done.
So,
And then-
is there anything else you want me to do while you do
yes.
this?
Can you crack an egg?
Not a problem.
Just put it in probably in
That
the bowl.
I can do because I'm just the professional egg cracker. Here we go.
While you do that,
Yep.
seal this off.
All right, Auntie Maude, egg whites are ready.
Okay. With the yolk.
Yolk.
Glaze.
Oh, you just want it brushed on?
Yeah,
lightly?
brush it on. It'll get your pie nice and golden when it's done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I learned something new today. Okay. Auntie Maude, these look absolutely amazing. So now we can get them into the oven?
Yeah.
How long are we putting them in for?
On 45 minutes.
And
180 degrees.
45 minutes for 180 degrees. Let's do this. Here we have it. And now we finally have our steak pies out of the oven. They were baking for 45 minutes at 180 degrees. Auntie Maude, it is smelling so good in here. The aroma is just, I don't know. I just wish you were all in here to smell it. So, enough fussing around, enough beating around the bush. Let's taste them.
See how golden it's turned out.
It really has. And that's from that's egg wash, right?
Egg wash.
Egg wash. Look at how golden it is. I'm just amazed at how it just absolutely looks so beautiful. That's egg wash, people. Get onto that. Shall we?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. We'll just cut it straight down the middle.
You can just put it in the middle.
Oh my goodness, it's so crispy. Look at that.
Ooh, it's full of the goodness.
So much goodness in there. Auntie Maude, no more waiting.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
You go right ahead.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
How's the pastry?
It's so crispy. Wow.
Nice, eh?
Oh my goodness. So good.
The crunch here.
The crust, absolutely crunchy. It's so crunchy. It's so tasty. And the
Taste all the
filling.
herbs. Taste all the herbs.
You can taste the herbs. Everything's just mixed together so well. Very, very flavorsome. And one thing's for sure, they not only look good, but when you taste it, that first bite, it really gives you that made at home and with so much love kind of feeling. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
So grateful.
Anytime.
Before we go, do you have any advice for any other small home-based businesses or anybody wanting to start up a small business as well?
Yeah, just be passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
You know, do everything wholeheartedly. You know, and whatever criticism comes your way, whether it's negative or positive, take it. You know, you learn from it.
That is
you know,
so true.
and,
Yes.
yeah, and just love what you do.
I love that. Love what you do. And remember, if you would like to order yourself some of these yummy steak pies or anything that Aunty Maude makes, because she makes a wide variety of goodies, be sure to find her on Instagram or Facebook at Aunty Maude's Pastries. We're glad you could join us for our 7th episode on the FMF My Perfect Bake show. I look forward to your company in our future episodes. And for a copy of the recipe, be sure to check out the comment box of this episode on the MyTV Facebook and YouTube pages. Now, again, one last time to contact Aunty Maude for this and other delicious desserts, find her on Instagram and Facebook at Aunty Maude's Pastries. As mentioned, we're giving 2 viewers a chance to win a hamper each, thanks to FMF Foods Limited, Malia Clothing, and some of my favorite small businesses. So be sure to check out after this episode the FMF Foods Limited Instagram page for all the details. Until the next episode, take care and stay sweet.
You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF is there for you. We can make it true. Lead the way, create a path, follow through and just have a blast. You're a star, yes you are. Keep pushing through. FMF, a promise of quality.
Sprinkle to your satisfaction. Kneaded with passion. Dusted to perfection. By FMF, a promise of quality. In association with Crest Eggs, Crest is Best, Edmund's Baking Powder, and support.